Hey guys, welcome back to the page Induna Wengombe, which means in English, the headman of cattle. Or you can just say headman of cattle. Take away the article, take that away. So I'm the headman of cattle. My name is Mitchell Mutumba Simata, aka the Induna Wengombe, which means headman of cattle in English once again. Today, sticking to the season that we're about to enter in, which is now the winter season. We've had our summer, rainy seasons. We're about to enter into the cold, dry winter seasons. I felt I should do a video on winter cropping. I did one where I spoke about the first winter cropping, which was garlic, and I mentioned the different types of garlic. Today, I want to touch on the radish. This plant belongs to the Brassicaceae family of vegetables, Brassicaceae family vegetable group. While we are all familiar with the red radish, the other cultivars come in shades of, so I'm going to count them, shades of, we know the red one, which is the first one, the red, other shades of pink, rose, scarlet, pure white, yellow, green, right through to purple and black. I think those are 9 different shades of reddish colors you could get out there in the market. So if you get a black radish, sometimes it's not rotten. They just grow that way. Sorry. The shape ranges from oval to turn up, so oval like an egg, or could be turn up shaped, a tune-up shape. If you guys have seen a tune-up, they also develop in that shape. They could be half long and long. Because they reach maturity so quickly, they are a wonderful introduction to vegetable growing for kids. So if you want to get your children into vegetable planting, give them some of those green thumbs. You could plant some radishes for them and they could take care of that because they're fast growing. So how to grow them? In parts of South Africa, radishes can be planted throughout the year where frost occurs. Plant them until about 3 weeks. So they love areas where the ground freezes. They love those areas. So you plant them, and you plant them until about 3 weeks. So they love those areas. Before the first frost arrives. So 3 weeks before the ground freezes. Frost is when the ground freezes, guys. So I'm just trying to help you out here. If you've ever watched those Guardians, you'd know Jack Frost, the ground freezes. So before that. So you plant them 3 weeks before that, before the average first frost date arrives. As frost will actually improve the flavor. Frost actually improves their flavor. So this is why they plant it in winter, because they need that frozen ground to help improve the flavor. Radishes will tolerate wide range of soil, but they do best in soil previously prepared with good amount of compost for main crops. Rake the soil well. Break open any large cords. Sow seed thinly in shallow drills and cover with 1 centimeter of soil. Firm the soil and water well with a fine spray. Keep the rows 15 centimeters apart to allow for good root development. So 1 centimeter into the ground, 15 centimeters apart to allow the roots for good development. So that's what you should remember. 1 centimeter into the ground, 15 centimeters apart. Very important when you're planting them. Continuing. Radishes grow rapidly, so it is important to thin the rows out regularly by planting succession crops. Every 2 weeks, you will be rewarded with radishes for an entire season. Guidelines on planting radishes. Sow the radish in situ, which means plant on site or plant in place. They do not transplant well. The reason why you would plant on site is it's not one of those vegetables that you can plant in a plant pot and then transplant it from a plant pot to the garden outside. They do not perform that well. Enrich the soil with compost before planting. Being such a quick growing crop, they won't need fertilizing but would benefit from fertile soil. No fertilizing but benefit from fertile soil. If growing in containers, use good quality fast draining potting soil. It can be mixed with some homemade compost. Keep the soil moist during germination, which should take place within 5 to 7 days. Sow thickly and use the thinned out small leaves in salads. They are as the radish root. So remember, the vegetable is the root, but not as peppers. Peppers would grow on a bush. Chili peppers grow on a bush, but the radish is the root. It's like a carrot, if I may put it that way. It's like a carrot. They grow. The root is the vegetable. That's what you want. They say, water regularly, as radishes need to grow quickly if they are to be plump and crunchy. Uneven or irregular watering can cause the radish to split, so that break. You know, when you are producing something for market and you're taking it to a shop or you're taking it to a farmer's market, people would walk by vegetables and fruits that either look like they have a deformality or they have a crack in them. A lot of buyers buy with eye value, guys. So what they see, if it's attractive to the eye, they would buy. If it's got cracks and abnormalities, people walk by them, even though they are very good fruits. So they say, how to harvest. Keep an eye on your radishes, as you will be able to start harvesting from 3 to 5 weeks after planting. 3 to 5 weeks after planting, you're ready to harvest. They must be pulled out before they swell too much. So you don't want them to swell too much. When they say they're ready 3 to 5 weeks after planting. So it's a fast-growing plant. 3 to 5 weeks after planting, you're ready to harvest. Don't let them swell up too much because that could be negative. Continuing. They say damaged or diseased roots should be discarded immediately to prevent any infestation of pests or further disease. Pull out the radishes when you see the top of the radish starting to push out of the soil. If they are left too long, they become woody and unpleasant. So this is the reason why you need to harvest them very quick. Pull them out when you start seeing them coming out of the soil, because if you leave them too long, they become woody and unpleasant. If you plan to store radishes, remove the tops before refrigerating. This keeps them crisp and fresh. What if radishes develop leaves without roots? In winter, the cause could be too little sunlight. They need several hours of direct sunlight for the roots to develop. It could also be that the plants have not been thinned out, which can also stunt the root development. So thinning out is very important if you don't want your root development to stunt. In summer, the cause is usually hot weather, which encourages the plant to bolt and try to set seeds. Rather than it developing the vegetable, it shoots up and grows very tall from the ground and starts setting seed rather than developing the vegetable. That's what you want to avoid. So guys, those are my 2 cents on starting up a radish garden or starting up a radish plantation. Do I have any experience farming them? I haven't really farmed this. Version of vegetable, or I haven't had the luxury of farming it. The closest I've seen it is in the shop. But I felt that I should carry out research. As I said, I'm doing some research on winter cropping since we're entering the season of winter now. So it's time to start planting some winter cropping. And the radish is there. The garlic and the radish are the 2 that I did research on. So what I'd ask from you guys is to do me 2 favors. 3, like the video, subscribe, turn on your bell notification, and 4, actually let's say 4, hit me up in the comment section if you guys have any experience doing a plantation with radishes. If you guys have ever planted radishes and what your experiences are. With that said, guys, I want to wish you guys a lekker Tuesday evening. Bye for now.